What is up? A familiar from a familiar face returns is what I was trying to say. It's been a couple weeks. I know. I'm sure they said I was on vacation or this, that, and the other. That's not really the case. Had some things going on that I had to take care of. So it is what it is. But what are we going to talk about tonight? So potentially talk about players that may not be here anymore. Potentially talk about the Senior Bowl. But more importantly, I think we should talk to you guys. So bring all your questions, ask. Let's get this thing started. Sammy, start me up, please.
Turn up your volume. Because you're about to listen to The Sick Podcast. And Bill Show.
Intercepted! Marlon Jackson! Marlon's got it! We're going to the Super Bowl! We're going to the Super Bowl! Marlon Jackson with the interception! He picked off Tom Brady!
The sickest Indianapolis Colts podcast. It's gonna be sick.
It is going to be sick. Yes, indeed. Chris, do we still have words from our sponsors and things like that? I've been out of pocket for a while, so
We in fact do.
water. Okay,
Yes,
cool.
we in fact do. Yes.
All right, well, pay a bill or two. Why don't you?
Oh man, guy comes off a vacation. All of a sudden, want to be barking orders. But either way, DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL, makes every playoff moment feel bigger. DraftKings has your back with early exit protection. If the player in your eligible NFL prop bet goes down at any point in the first half, you still get paid in cash. All right, download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code 6sports. That's code SICKSPRTS. All caps, no spaces. That's code 6sports to turn $5 into $300 in bonus bets. If your bet wins in partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, 21 and over. Age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio.
And that is the official sound of the anvil. That means we are live on all things. That'll
Hold
be
on, time
Twitter.
Hey, Sammy, we're not live on Facebook.
Okay. As I was, we're not live on all things. We are just live on Twitter and YouTube currently. Thank you, DEI. You are doing great. Employee of the Year status is loading. But
Yeah, baby.
it's been a minute since Clyde has been here with their fellers. And my apologies, as I said in the opening credits. But we will talk Colts football, even though there is no more weekly football. We have made it to that point, boys. We got one stinking game left, and it's not this week. It's next weekend. Oh, my God. The season. Where did it go? Like, I don't even know what happened. And it's to the end. But we still have to talk Colts business, man. And it's actually time to start thinking about draft and start thinking about cuts. And because you'll blink and it'll be March and free agency will be here. And it'll be time to spend some money on what I think is a pretty maligned class, if you will, or free agency, if you will, pool. I don't think this is a great free agency pool, but there's still work that could be done. So let's open the doors with cuts that may make sense or may have to happen to make other things happen. And I'll kick this open with I've been sitting on that fence of don't do it, don't do it. And I'm saying, man, I hate to say it. I think we got to let Mike Pittman go. I don't think I even like saying that out loud. I don't even know if I like saying it out loud for a lot of reasons. But, you know, this is such a weird space to be in because you want to, for the first time, in all honesty, potentially run this team back as it sits offensively, at least. Things to do on defense. But you could run this team back offensively, you know, and Daniel Jones comes back and he's playing to the par he was playing last season, and you kind of like what you got. But in all actuality, $24 million for what, 700 some yards this year, 6 touchdowns, I think it was. 24 M's. Even though I don't think that this is a great free agency class to go make a move unless some crazy cap casualties happen, like, I don't know, Max Crosby comes up or somebody else that's like, crazy unexpected comes up, and then therefore you go make a move like that. So you have to cut Mike, but they might do it just anyway, unless he wants to restructure. And I don't know if he wants to do that. I don't know how his relationship is after losing all this much. It's a lot to say about that, but let's start with that one. What do you think? Do we cut Mike? What do you think?
I think you let him go. Like I think you cut him.
It sucks.
I think you no, and so another reason why I think you do,
Josh,
is because of the fact that I think we've actually made it. Yeah, we've made it to where Michael Pittman Jr. has been so discussed amongst like the fan base about whether or not he's wide receiver one, what he means to this team, whether he got paid too much and all these other things. And the consistent part of that is the fact that each year we're having this discussion about whether or not he truly fits in this offense. I like Michael Pittman Jr. He's somebody who comes up with some really good moments, but the thing is, I don't think that you can justify paying him again close to where he got paid before with the type of production that we've got.
And I think his contract was set up exactly for this moment. Exactly for this moment. Because unless he was going to have some monstrosity of a season, the $24 million at 29 years old was always going to be, for us, the move to, in my opinion, now thinking about it, cut him, because you're only going to have $5 million in dead money, which any dead money is not good money, but I think we have the lowest dead money as it sits right now currently. Like, we do a really good job of, keeping that number relatively low. And, I don't think that that's a big pill to swallow, $5 million off of a $24 million potential pay, or $29 million, I think it was, right? So
yeah, 29 million.
Yikes, man. I don't even like this because I've talked to Mike Pittman before. He's such a great guy. He's had so, like you said, Chris, he's had so many moments, man. Like, of course, he had the 1,000-yard season or whatever it was, bro. But like, man, damn that, bro. The game in San Francisco, the Baltimore games multiple times, the Tennessee game in OT, like, he just has made some crazy clutch moment. The game against Cleveland, even though that was the worst ref game in the history of NFL, but his 75-yard touchdown, like, he's had so many oh my god moments for us, but that never equated to, like you said, wide receiver one. And unfortunately, the number says you're getting paid like one, or you're getting paid like a top tier receiver, and he's really not that, and that sucks to think about. Pat, what's your thoughts on that? My god, I don't even like it.
Absolutely not. You don't get rid of talent like that. We've all seen him get his head ripped off and still come down with the ball.
Yeah.
We've all seen those clutch moments where we get the first down, we get the touchdown, we get the ball in field goal range because of Michael Pittman. Now, if it's a cap issue, sit down at the table and figure it out. Rework what is owed.
Yeah.
Turn some money into guaranteed money. Get it off of the cap. Yeah. Do re-sign him. Do a signing bonus. Get it off the cap. But don't get rid of him. You can't get rid of talent like that. And in my opinion, it's not equal, but it's in the same lane. You don't get rid of JT because he wants money. You don't, because you just don't get rid of that kind of talent. Same lane with Michael Pittman. Sit down at the table, rework the numbers, figure it out. But you don't get rid of that because you ain't going to replace him in this draft. You ain't going to replace him in free agency.
Hold on, wait. What Mac is he talking about? He said Mac. Run that back. AR and Pity for Mac in a third. Are we talking about Mac Jones?
Yeah.
Can't be. Oh yeah, okay, Josh. Let me
Josh has been eating my gummies. I'll tell you that.
okay, Josh. But we gonna slow that down, big dog. Let's chill out on that. Oh my God, yeah, Mac Jones is insanity. But I get it, man. I know that people were enamored with what he was doing for a couple weeks out in San Fran. But no, I can't give up that much equity. And I don't know. I know a lot of people don't think there's equity in Anthony, but I still believe that there's a little equity there. Appreciate you, Rick.
And Mac's a free agent. You don't have to give up shit to get him.
No, he's not. He's
not a free
under
agent.
contract
He's
one
on
more
Oh,
year.
I thought he was only on a 1 year.
They signed him to a 2-year deal at the
Oh.
beginning of last season.
My apologies.
Yeah.
My apologies.
Yeah.
But no,
I mean,
but actually, so let me ask you this though, because I saw this. It was on a timeline, completely random. It was a Raiders fan, right? So they said we need to go and right the ship and get this together, right? So what he said was that I think the first line item was that they were just like draft Mendoza. Okay, whatever. The second line item was call the Colts, trade for Michael Pittman, trade pick 67 and a 2027 fourth round pick. Now, do you feel like if for some reason, let's just say in a world where there's potentially something trade there, would you do that knowing that you're actually getting a third round pick, and this the third pick in the third round? You're getting a third round pick this year, and you're getting another pick the following year, knowing you may potentially have to make a move to trade up to get back into the first round potentially.
To answer that, Chris, I would definitely have to do a ton of mock drafts, see who's available. Because again, I don't think you replace Pittman with the picks that we have.
Well,
You
I can speak to
have,
that.
you don't have no young kids, in the waiters box waiting to get their chance to shine.
Okay, true that. Now, it's because that's the dilemma, because AD is no longer here, right? Coming into his third year for the Colts. So that, and then I think it has to be a priority, but I mean, it's not even secured that we'll have AP either. So you're potentially just looking at Josh Downs, and you don't even have Doolin, because Doolin was on a 1 year. You don't have anything. Like if we look at it like that, you could have nothing. But I will say this.
You got Downs and Warren.
Well, I'm talking about just true receivers, but yes,
Okay.
Downs and Warren, because Warren's a tight end. But I will say this: assuming that you take care of AP and 67. Now I know we got to go defensive heavy, real defensive heavy, and I would love to get a second round pick. I see if we can figure that out. But if you were able to get 67, his replacement, in my opinion, will be there. That will give you the same skill set almost to the T. He's just slightly shorter. I mean, and that's Elijah Surratt from Indiana. He'll be there. And so,
and he's already been compared to Pittman.
He just, like I said, Pittman 6'4", Surratt 6'2". But that dude is a possession guy. Now, here's the deal. Here's the thing. And I really think we got to think about this. Do you want another dynamic receiver, though? Because if you got AP, who's now developed and being able to run pretty much every route, and though he hasn't had a monster season in the sense of, catches like, greater than, I don't know, really, honestly, what this year was his highest. What did he have? 43 this year?
43, yeah.
43. Last year was 37. So he's never even had a monster catch season, not even close. But I'm saying, let's say you can get AP to be the bona fide one now, right? Assuming we take care of him, and he's a 90 reception guy for 12, 13, 1,400, probably even more, because he's been leading the league in per catch. Do you want to bring in another dynamic guy, find the next AD, if you will, and not really have to deal with this possession type receiver again, because there's limitations there, and we already kind of have that if you're going to lean on Tyler Warren, and you have your kind of Swiss Army knife, assuming that JD stays on the roster going forward after this season. So you kind of already have those things there, and maybe you go try to find another dynamic guy, and I'm not saying we'll be chasing T. Higgins, but you get as close as you can to something like that is what I'm thinking, because that's the other thing. Like, How valuable is another possession only dude if you already got Tyler Warren? See, Jacob's with me.
I think you do. I think you absolutely you can go somebody who's maybe just like a little bit taller, maybe a little bit of a burner, only for the simple fact that I think you've kind of found the happy medium with Alec Pierce, right? Because he has the speed. You've seen how he's able to work past some of those more premier cornerbacks who, they say, okay, well, these guys are the bell of the ball. We saw when he went against Stingley. We saw when he went against Riley Moss and Pat Surtain. So the thing is, you saw what you got with Alec Pierce. So I don't think that it's unreasonable to go and say, you know what, let's go ahead and just find somebody that's a quicker guy, somebody that's not necessarily a possession, because you see that even if, and I don't even think that this is necessarily just a Daniel Jones thing, but this might just be like, just speaking to Daniel Jones specifically, we saw that as things picked up throughout the season, Alec Pierce was the only one who was consistently getting the ball no matter what the circumstances were. When there were times that Josh Downs was phased out of a game, there was times where Michael Pittman was phased out of a game. The only people that you knew for a fact were going to get the ball were Tyler Warren and Alec Pierce. And I think even then you saw that Alec Pierce was a little bit more favorable later on in the season when they started to kind of key in on Tyler Warren.
And that brings me back to that thought, like, to kind of what you were saying. I think you have to almost try to go find you, and it's going to be in the later rounds beyond 2, unless we're able to find a second 2, which I still don't think we'll use that second 2 if we can find one on a receiver. But you have to like kind of like really do your research and find another AD type guy who might be a little bit more consistent than him, because in my opinion, you're not getting the value of your other guys. You're not going to get the value of a JD or a Tyler Warren if you have a Michael Pittman there as well, because Michael Pittman kind of lives in that space too. It's rare that Michael Pittman is going to take you, anything beyond 15 yards, right? Like, I mean, early in his career, he could take a slant and, maybe, get you an extra 10 on top of that or break one. And, I remember a couple games in his rookie year with Rivers, like, where he broke some long ones or whatever like that. But like, that's when he was young, you know what I mean? Like he hasn't been that dude. And I just don't think that benefits Josh Daniels or Josh Daniels. I called him Josh Downs. I mean, I don't think that benefits him now with Tyler Warren being on the field, because Tyler Warren is the guy that's like taking up his area. You know what I mean? So you got to be able to like get crafty with your guys, and they all got to have a different skill set. And Tyler Warren and Michael Pittman basically have the same skill set. One's just a wide out. Yeah. To my point. So anyway, moving on to another cut that may or may not make sense. So are we all in agreement? Well, no. Me and you are in agreement that Michael Pittman might be a casualty. Pat says no, rework it. Here's one for a former chair that sat on this podcast, and he loves this guy. Acosta, I'm talking about you because you're a defensive guy. Grover Stewart. I mean, we didn't want to once give up him and whatever else Cincinnati was asking to potentially bring in Trey Hendrickson last year. But do we now, because his production did go down. Now, he did have some limitations once Buck went out. Like, everything was kind of like focused around here when it came to run stop. But we seen his numbers kind of, and he's the oldest guy on the team, I think, outside of Phillip Rivers last year, of course. But he's like 32, 33 years old, I think.
He's like 31, 32, somewhere around there. But he's
definitely the longest tenured guy on the team.
Yeah.
I think, yeah. But what do you think? Do we move on from Big 90?
This is going to break my heart.
Yeah.
It absolutely is. But if there's somebody with a high cap number that we will be okay with getting rid of, Grove is him. Because we've got suitable backups for him.
To counter that, because we're not going to get rid of Buck, though people have thought.
No, absolutely not.
We're not getting rid of Buck. We're going to definitely get that last year.
And if Buck comes out and says he's going to retire because of his neck, half the fan base is going to line up to give him theirs. We're not getting rid of Buck. No.
We'll start with your neck.
No. Come on. I don't need the damn thing.
Oh, shit. That's
Just holds a big
hilarious.
old fat head on
The half of the fan base is gonna line up. Take my neck. It's crazy.
Take it. It's yours.
Okay.
You
All
don't
right,
want my
so-
back. You don't want my legs, but my neck's good.
You don't want my back.
Wow.
Yo, that's crazy.
Okay.
But yeah, I
That's
mean,
insane, actually.
and
Look-
You don't want my back.
if you look at who we have on the roster, we'll be okay, losing Grove.
Now we got a bunch of 1-year dudes, right? Like Neville was a 1 year. Yeah, he was a 1 year.
Well,
dude.
yeah, he was, but we still got Addy. Addy's came in and
Addy did.
He's been playing his tail off when he gets in there. So
okay, I don't know what Chris is playing. High go seek. Doug Cruz. I don't know what's going on over there, Chris. Please come
Marco.
back. Yeah, Marco Polo. I don't know. It's a lot. It could potentially. I don't know what Chris is doing. But anywho, yeah. So yeah, you're right. You got Addy. You got like I said, Neville might come back.
I do think we'll get Neville back.
And then like I can't remember. Did Tim finish on our roster? Because I know he's a practice squad guy. He got brought up. Nobody stole him, right? Tim Smith.
I don't think so.
Okay,
It's not hitting the memory bank, but I could be wrong.
Okay, so
I was already wrong once.
Okay,
today.
so I think that Chris would have agreed. I agree. That's another one, Grover. Because here was my theory based on lots of thoughts, and this goes back, and I said this on the last podcast that like run it all back with the exceptions of the people who are just going to naturally fall off the roster due to attrition this year. Run it all back with everybody else because this would be that last like, hey man, year 10 for Chris Ballard, year 4 for Shane Steichen, years, a lot of numbers for all the other guys that would be coming up on contracts after this year. You can just see it all to the last note, and if it don't work out, then you got to start from scratch. That's where I was. But I think that there's a lot of fight in this team, and it's going to be interesting because there's going to be some squads that are going to have to make some tough decisions based on numbers that they cannot no longer afford. Some teams are in the luxury tax or whatever it is. They capped out. They're like in the penalty or all kind of craziness going on. So there's going to be some teams that are going to have to make some cuts. Or there's going to even be guys that got picked up in free agency that may not get re-signed. I might be thinking about a guy like Phillips that got picked up by the Eagles, and they might not bring him back. So there's going to be potentially a better pool than what it looks right now. And I think if that happens, then all of these things that may or may not make sense have to be heavily considered. And I think that that's where it's going to get very interesting. Around combine time in about a month, which is Pat Super Bowl, I think we'll start hearing the noise on who's not going to be on rosters and getting ready for that March free agency. And then we'll start seeing that. But I think Grover makes sense. Chris, do you think Grover makes sense?
Yeah, I for many reasons. One of the main ones being age. I mean, are you going to re-sign a 31, 32-year-old D tackle? I think he's literally just like he's a run stuffer at this point. I know every now and then, but it sucks because, like I said, we've grown accustomed to these guys who have these great personalities, and we know we love the Coca-Cola wings and all that good stuff. But at the end of the day, it doesn't make sense to bring him back when we know for a fact that this line needs to get better, and he's just getting older.
Now, Joshua asked if Grove was a free agent. No, he's still
not.
under contract for one more year. What we're speaking on is letting go of players to boost the salary cap.
Yeah, like making some tough decisions. And again, the money has to make sense. So of course, I don't think that there's anyone on our roster that has just bad blood or they've just played so bad that you're going to consider just letting them go, i.e. the Russell Wilson thing that Denver did, and people talking about potentially what the Dolphins may or may not do when it comes to Tua because he's owed all that money. Crazy number that they'll take on with the dead cap. So we're saying if it makes sense, meaning it's not going to hurt you cap-wise, these guys are in that last last year, do you cut them? Because there was a few, right? Like I said, it was Michael Pittman, there was Grove, there's Buck.
Braden.
No, Braden's a free agent.
Braden's gonna walk.
Oh,
Braden's gonna walk.
That's right. He is a free.
We're talking about guys who would basically be coming due next year on 2027.
So
because
this year,
because the thing is, like, because here's what you do, right? We talked about this last season because we were talking about the fact that, hey, it would be great to make a move for Trey Hendrickson. Why is that? Because he's in a situation where the Cincinnati Bengals were going to have a tough time paying him. And you knew for a fact that if you had him on the roster and he went to free agency, you were going to lose him for nothing. I think right now you do have guys who have the value to potentially be able to trade or cut that you may be able to say, I just don't see it in the plans moving forward. But also, you know that right now you have $45 million available right now. The adjusted cap might go up a little bit. And
between quite a bit because that TV deal going up.
Well, no, I understand that, but but the thing is, it doesn't increase it drastically. I think the most you get back, once they go into the new league year, depending on what the adjustment is maybe around like 9-10 million. To which now you're still going to have to pay Pierce. We don't know what the QB situation is going to look like, but let's be real. It's probably looking like Daniel Jones is gonna come back. Is he gonna come back on the same deal that he had with us this year? Probably not.
You have to.
It's probably not,
bro. You have to. Like there's not another franchise that's starving for a quarterback that's going to say, "Give me the Achilles guy," and we're going to think that we can get what he got out of the Colts for 9 games. I think that, man, I hate to say this because, of course, it's these guys' livelihood and all that other stuff. I'm not trying to count his pockets, but I mean, that type of injury destroys any kind of negotiation, right? So now you're hoping that the team that you got hurt playing for in this 1-year deal is going to actually be considerate of what you've done for them lately. You know what I'm saying? I think it works that way. I'm not saying we could completely lowball him like, yeah, 1 year 10. But I say it's in the same range from 14 to 17 maximum dollars for 1 year. That I just because I mean, bro, like you can get nothing out of him. Like literally, you can get nothing, and you just don't know that yet. Like we're talking Achilles, dog. Like what? Like Achilles at 29? Like he'll be turning 29? Like nah, man. Like I don't know. Look, for instance, way more dynamic player at the height of his career. Look at Deshaun Watson. Where is he now? You know, other things.
Massage parlor.
Well, okay, I wasn't trying to make. You see what you're doing right there. I wasn't trying to go there, but I'm saying like
you asked.
He didn't have that injury going into Cleveland. He just had, you know, a mass of all kind of other things that probably was, you know, affecting his mental. I will say that. But then you get a fucking Achilles on top of that. Okay.
Well, that's the thing. Like he's torn his Achilles twice. I think he tore it once during rehab too. So with him, it was like,
my God, don't even, because he was like chilling with his chick or something, wasn't he? When he like out in the streets with his old lady or something, dancing or something. Like I thought it was something wild and goofy like that.
It was like, like he was like on the beach on like vacation or something.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, like so. I mean, come on, man. Now I don't think Daniel will be doing that, but that's what I'm saying. Like you don't know if you're gonna get any. Like, dude, when you think about Achilles injuries in the NFL, and you guys definitely have to like kind of help me remember. Like the only guy that I remember having success after an Achilles was at the time an old ass Dan Marino who didn't even move no more. He just played in the shotgun, had a gigantic, like high top cleat on, and just slung that shit for like 4 years after his. Dan Marino might have jogged onto the field doing like the opening shit and didn't run or even think about running anymore. And he would yell at his fucking line, like, if I get hit today, I'm going to sue you. Like, that's what he did after he ruptured his Achilles, man. And then, I mean, who else was recent that was a quarterback with an Achilles? Who am I missing?
Rodgers.
An Achilles injury?
Rodgers.
Kirk Cousins.
Okay. There you go. So
Kirk
Aaron
Cousins.
Rodgers and Kirk Cousins. Aaron Rodgers, I mean, the year with the Jets, I guess that was kind of, and then last year he might have had a little, resurgence, if you will. But I mean, he's over 40. I don't even want to count him. But look at Kirk Cousins. Kirk came down there wearing the big chains and like, we got our QB of the future. And Kirk, they's like, hey man, sit your ass down midseason. Like, I don't even want to see this shit no more. Sit over here. And then when he had to come back after the injury, after Penix was done for the season, they was like, oh God, I guess we got to see this. And they was like, yeah, this is what we thought it was. So I mean, and again, I just don't know, bro. I just don't know.
Teresa, if you push Braden, he's going to think a fly just hit him.
If Braden don't walk, I'm gonna push his ass. That's hilarious, actually.
The fact that was just
he's gonna say, what the hell was that?
It's like, where did that come from? Like,
no, but I'm saying like that's how bad somebody wants to move on. And this again, like we know Braden's had a rough, last couple seasons. It was kind of like how Ryan Kelly and he had that little rough time here at the Colts. I don't know what it is, man, but we have had some players go through some tremendous trauma, and it's just life happens. And I mean, I guess nobody is really like, able to escape that. And that's very true. But yeah, I mean, he just ain't been the same since. And that's probably very understandable. We're not even here to debate that, but to Chris's point earlier, like a lot of times our, I guess love for certain players, or like how we were talking about Michael Pittman earlier, like we get too caught up in that. And sometimes it's just time to like turn the calendar. Right. And it's no knock to those guys. Like, hey man, I'm not saying, you're terrible, you suck and whatever. I'm just saying like your time as a Colt may have, you might have played your last down. And we just got to learn to get better with that, because I don't know if other fan bases do it like us, but we fall in love with these guys. And I hate to say this because I'm being very, very, very real tonight. Like, these are not like, these don't even be first ballot dudes. Like, these are not even first. These aren't even like perennial like Pro Bowlers, dog. But we fall in love with our players, man. Chris Ballard has.
That's what we're supposed to do.
He's put that on us, dog.
But Clyde, to your point, to your point, Clyde, the issue with that isn't that the fact that other fan bases, because the thing is, other fan bases fall in love with players that produce. We fall in love with Ashton Dulins.
That's what I'm saying.
We fall in love with these people who are fifth round, or who are like fifth on the depth chart, and we're like, hey, we love that guy. We love the cut of his jib. Just be like, how about we not talk about the man's jib right now, because that's uncomfortable. But also, how about like can we get to a point where we're just like, we get so attached because we see like they're part of all the community stuff, and there's nothing wrong with community. But the problem is that we bring that onto the field, and then we just have to be okay with who we have, because those are the guys that haven't proven anything other than the fact that they're going to be out there making sure that they fulfill their obligation on Tuesdays to make sure that they're out, with the kids and doing all the good stuff. Like damn production.
There was an offseason. There was an offseason where we were talking as Colts fans about Dallas Flowers.
Dallas Flowers, dog. Like remember we were talking about Dallas Flowers like he was Darrelle Revis. And that was the thing that was the most ridiculous part, because we talked about him, and we were talking about, Michael Strawn. Like we were talking about these guys, man. We get attached to guys based on having moments and basically having these things that they do in these games that a lot of times mean absolutely nothing. Like we were obsessed with Chester Rogers and Zach Pascal and all these people, and yet nothing came to fruition.
Hey man,
you don't talk bad about Chester Rogers.
Hey man, listen, man, listen. God bless his
Say
soul.
something good about Chester Rogers, Pat.
He's my friend.
What's buddy? That went
Brother,
to the Lions,
that's my point.
Hold on, man. What's our guy that went to the Lions that had 19 tackles in a game, dog?
Oh, Grant Stewart? The one that's been playing special teams all year, he didn't sniff a defensive snap.
Bro, we was ready to we was ready to give Grant the full, give him the green dot, bro. We was ready to mic him up.
No, only you and Sarah was.
No, not you. And Sarah was definitely. And listen, okay,
Sarah would divorce Acosta.
That's what I'm saying. Sarah loves her husband, but her Fluffy. Listen, Acosta would not have a chance in hell if he didn't have years invested in that woman, because she loves her some Fluffy. But what I'm getting at, bro, is that's the type of shit we got to stop for 2026 and beyond. We just got to keep it a buck, bro. And I'll be the first to admit, like, look, man, I've had my moments where, I've defended guys, and it might be based on relationship and, like cool cats and all that. But look, man, hey, dog, like, if we're not putting a product on the field that's going to be better than what it's been for a decade, well, I can't. I just, that's why I was out on Phillip Rivers. No knock to the guy, but at 45, how old is Phillip Rivers? 44 with 5 seasons off, man. You can't keep doing that to me, bro. I can't say, well, yeah, man, I can get behind this and it's riveted. This is going to be a great, like, he knows the offense. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care if he designed the offense, Pat. I don't care if literally he came into the room and could get every check right. He could do everything. Did you see the man throw the ball as far as he could? Did you see the man walk into the training center and he was like, oh, Phil might have had a beer or 7. And still said, no worries. We got a jersey to fit and some pads that'll stretch out and get him. Like, nah, man, you can't do that to me, bro. We're not going to be able to do that going forward. And that's with everybody across the board. Just can't do it no more.
But let's also
we got to correct Joshua again. Joshua, we're not going on about Fluffy, about his special teams play. We was going on because when there was a couple of injuries to the linebacker core, he actually started a few games. And half the fan base was ready to crown him captain.
Yeah.
That's what we're talking about. We're not talking about his play on special teams. Keep him on special teams because that's where his talent is. Emergency situations, put him on the field. But past that, keep him on special teams. That's what we're saying.
And not just that, but also we've and you know what, Colts Nation, let's just go ahead and just have this talk right now, right? If they're depth and you see them in the starting lineup,
that's a problem.
You should probably cry. Because we're not going to do this whole their depth and they somehow make their way into the starting lineup and then we're just like, well, let's see what happens. Because let's see what happens with Jonathan Edwards all season. And
boys wanted that.
That man was getting cooked like hibachi.
Hey, boys wanted that.
Like that's the thing. Like let's understand that what we want as fans. And matter of fact, I'm just gonna say what I want as a fan, I don't want us to make more moves at depth than we do to make sure that we are solid in all 3 phases of the ball. If we're gonna go and say, oh well, this guy's a good special teamer, good, then keep him on special teams. Because all I heard all year about Ashton Doolin, oh man, he's super reliable, he's a great special teamer. Okay, so then how does he keep on finding himself in the lineup? And like this guy is just like, he's good for 1 to 2 catches, possibly a game, maybe. And yet we're just like, no, we need to re-sign him because he gets stuff done. What? He's a special teamer. Keep him on special.
I mean, I put it to you like this. Matthew Slater played like 2 seasons of receiver for the Patriots and then became like probably the most Pro Bowl special teamer in the history of the game. That dude was on the team for like 17 years or some shit. And all he did was run down the field and make tackles. He ain't even return no kicks or nothing after like year 2 or 3. My point is, to Chris's point, that's where they need to be. Like Luke Rhodes. Luke Rhodes is, I mean, he's probably been playing football his whole life. He's the long sniper. If Luke Rhodes ever had to do anything else outside of long snap, I would fucking lose my mind. Because what is his even position if it ain't long snapper? And I've met
Football.
Luke Rhodes. He's a sizable guy. Like he looks like he could be a linebacker or some shit, but I never want to see that. So where we are in this whole thing is when we use that word in 2026 season, when we say the depth word, what that can't mean for me anymore. I'm sorry. It just can't mean this anymore. It can't mean potential. It can't mean RAS score. It can't mean like, this guy was a gem. He was a long shot, as far as like making it, but he worked his tail. Like depth doesn't mean that anymore. Depth to me means this. This dude, whoever this dude is, in whatever phase of the game, was a starter. A starter for a while, and maybe he's just got a little long in the tooth. Maybe he's got a little age. Maybe he had a little injury situation, whatever it is. But this dude is still viable enough to play football if called upon. So he's a depth piece at this point because at this stage of his career, he is a backup. That doesn't mean he's 33 years old. It could be that he's 27, 28. But, he plays cornerback, and he started ever since he was a rookie, and that was when he was 20 and 21. But he can still play. That's what that means. I don't want to see, the rookie camp roster when we go to training camp, and those dudes that are all the way at the bottom on week 1 at training camp are now some kind of way they snuck into the 53. Just I can't do camp bodies no more.
No,
we had that term in year 1 of the podcast. Remember that, Pat? Camp bodies for depth pieces. That's dead. Yeah. Can't do it. Don't want it. Miss me with it. That's just where I have to put that. I'm gonna put that statement out there. He said, "What's the?"
We're supposed to go to training camp that year with T-shirts that said "Camp Bodies" on it.
See,
Jacob, we were supposed to. That was gonna be a moment.
Jacob, this is why I want to address that, right? Because the thing is, this is what we're talking about. I never said anything about him being just this guy who's just like he's just a crap player all around. I'm saying if we're talking about him for special teams, I don't want to see him playing offensive snaps consistently.
Yeah, if it's a gadget, like he had a couple in the rounds this year. He actually had a couple catches. I think he had a touchdown or 2. I don't know.
Man had a defensive end snap at one point.
Yeah, like there's selective. Okay, listen. I once called Ashton Dooley out of his name because I couldn't believe what I saw. I once called him a Negro in a knee brace because about 4 seasons ago, maybe even longer, maybe 5, 4 or 5 seasons ago, to Chris's point, we trotted him out there to play viable minutes, and he had a whole left tackle knee brace. I've never seen a wide receiver in modern day football in a Quentin Nelson knee brace running routes. Like that, just something's wrong with that. Like if that's what you got to do, I'm like, there's a major problem. Your wideout cannot. I mean, these dudes now, they don't even wear pads. They don't even wear knee pads anymore, right? They don't even barely wear a thigh pad. But a dude that comes out there with a full-fledged left tackle knee brace and he's trying to run a route for you, you have problems that stem higher probably than the president of the organization. Because how did this happen? How did we get here?
And his trademark is his speed. That brace is slowing him down.
Yeah, that's definitely one of Doolin's trademarks, the speed.
My problem with Doolin as a starter, if you will, is that he's just too inconsistent. We've seen
because he's not a starter. That's the problem.
Well, regardless if he is or isn't, but if you put him as a starter, that to me, that's his problem. He's just too inconsistent. But Clyde, going back to what you said, if you do certain design plays for him, he does well with those. But
because nobody's looking
too
for
much time, he doesn't. I don't know what. I don't know how
Nobody's
to describe
looking.
it.
What you're saying is he needs a specific system just for him in order to be successful.
Explosive. Shout out to Dr. Dre and Snoop. Listen, man, we're not here to rag on Doolin. Okay. But look.
No, definitely not. I mean, he's definitely a Swiss Army knife. But
not Ashton Doolin, the special teamer.
You don't pull that knife out on every play.
Yeah, because then
you just don't do it.
Dull. It becomes like a Like when your son get his first little knife, you're like, oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
I'll let you cut me because it won't even hurt me.
And we only say this because we've actually seen it.
Yeah, we had for years. What is this, like year 6, 7?
No, he's been around since 2019.
Okay, yeah, because I know Grover's like in year 9 for the Colts. Like I said, they're up there for longevity for sure. Like Doolin keeps making the squad 1 year here, 1 year there. You know, hey man, hey, more power to you if you have a role to play. Luke is another one. Luke Rhodes has been on the team for a while, but you're the long snapper. Appreciate you, cuz.
Yeah, he's a Pro Bowl long snapper. But the thing is, guess what?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna tell Luke Rhodes to go out there and run a halfback ISO.
Or line up and play a linebacker play.
Yeah.
Or block cheap TJ Watt.
Absolutely not, Luke. We don't want that.
Like, Luke, if you don't go sit down somewhere.
Please.
But that's all the more reason why, like, guys like a Taysom Hill, for example, right? Gadget player. They put them all over the place. But the difference is that they don't do it so much that you get used to seeing it. You have certain packages that you do it. But guess what? They had him starting specifically at quarterback, and he was awful. So, like,
move. What does TH mean?
The hell.
Sorry,
move the hell on.
We're not.
Listen,
the sauce thing is not a bad thing.
I love it.
Yeah, because see, I'm throwing her. She's throwing me off because she's not on her regular count. I'm used to seeing her face pop up. Teresa, you throw it. Listen, lady. Listen. Okay, we love you. You need to calm down. Okay, girl.
Get him, Teresa. Don't calm down.
Get your cinnamon shot. You know, get your cinnamon stuff. You love your cinnamon stuff, so
get your Maxwell Park shot.
Get you some more of that. Okay, with that too. But yeah, she's throwing it. Listen, I'll put it to you like this: like the sauce thing. I'm still that I am not. I don't think that was a bad move. Still,
no,
it wasn't.
And I'm gonna just let that be. But
no, it didn't turn out the way we wanted it.
Well, because the season fell apart.
Yeah, but
you know, like,
we've got him under contract for the next 4 years.
And you don't really start paying the brunt of it until after 2028.
I mean, yeah, man, like, yeah, bro, yeah, right. Like, gave us 3 games. Listen, it is what it is. That's not even what this is about. But I was gonna say this really quick, so we can burn through the ones that I think don't make sense, but potentially because I've heard them. JT, Q. Do you do something crazy with their deals? Like, you know, like, I'm moving on from Quentin Nelson. Yeah, right. I'm moving on from JT. I don't think
I think those 2 names are 2 that you can't get rid of. But
no, you gotta have some kind of cornerstone.
They can definitely help with the cap. Sit down at the table, figure it out. Work some numbers, get a calculator out, pad, paper, pen, figure it out.
That's the only way.
That's it. Figure it out. But you don't get rid of that talent. I don't care.
What's that old system? What's that called? An Acubus or whatever? What's that thing called? Abacus. Yeah. Hey, I don't care what you got to do. Slide those little things up. Like, yeah, because cutting them is no. I don't know. I've heard a lot of people say, "Hey, man, you know, no. You gotta have some type of foundational piece, right?" And I think that those guys are secure this year and beyond. I mean, JT is only 26, bro. What? He seemed like he's been playing running back for us for 13 years.
Don't it though?
He's 26 years old. It's insane. Like, it's crazy. Because I'm like, damn, he was so young coming out of Wisconsin. He ran the ball for 3 years at Wisconsin too. Yeah. How did his math not add up to, dude, when are you going to ever age? He's like Pharrell. Like, Pharrell is like, I mean, well, of course, he ages, but he doesn't look like it. But JT's number just never goes up. Because, I mean, he ran for 6,000 yards in fucking Wisconsin.
I'm telling you right now, he's drinking that Frank Gore juice.
Well, I ain't even talking about that.
I didn't think Frank Gore was ever going to retire.
No. I'm not even talking. So, yeah, I get what you're saying, but I'm talking about, like, just the numbers, like 1, 2, 3, 26. Like, how did he get 3 full years at Wisconsin, right? Like, he ran the ball for 3 full years, and then we got him, and he was 20 years old. Like, he started running the ball at 17, like in college. What the? That didn't happen. Like like it's weird, bro. I don't. It's just strange how.
Hey, Jersey boys just got a different type of animal. It's just like, you know what I mean? It's
I forgot
you
to
know,
this
you know
guy.
what I mean? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Yeah.
Paulie fucking D over here or whatever.
Yeah. Wait, hold on. Wait,
Sammy, mute him.
first off, I will not take that type of slander from an Indiana. I will
He's
not.
an Indiana. I'm an Indiana.
You're an Indiana.
Yeah. Hey. Yeah. Come on, Pat. Hey. Yeah.
Yo, if I find that video, best believe there's going to be an edit up
They
tomorrow.
wrecked us, bro. Like they ruined us.
They
Matter of fact,
did.
Omaha,
They
those
did.
dudes.
Yo,
That shit, I dealt with years in the military. They's like, damn, we don't know too many people from Indianapolis, but you are, and so are they. And they were, yeah, she's an Indiana. He's an Indiana. It's nonsense. Complete
she said
buffoonery.
she's over there looking like I am indeed
Bruh.
not an Indiana.
Bro, the way she was looking, like, oh my god. But the shit was kind of lit though. Like the little dance was kind of.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. Like there was nothing lit about it. They should have lit them on fire. Like, what are you talking about?
Oh god.
That
Okay,
was awful.
real quick. With everything on the line, them or Seth?
Seth.
No, Indiana. Hey, bring the indie animals out weekly for 2027 or 2026, 2027, because
No.
with all due respect, Seth, I cannot. Isn't his last name Erkins?
Erskines or whatever.
Erskines,
whatever
you
it
have
is.
irked me. I can't do. Listen, if I get one more, this is our Colts, Pat, I'm taking it out on you. I don't care.
That's all right. I got broad shoulders. So this is
I'm
what
taking
we're
it out
gonna
on
do.
you, Pat.
This is what we're gonna do, Colts Nation.
Take it out on you. That's just how-
Everybody, whenever he comes out with a new song, you send it to Clyde.
and Pat,
Send it to him.
whatever I'm feeling like when we're at the game, Pat, just randomly out of nowhere for no reason. Just because I remembered. Oh yeah,
So
that's
I-
right. There was another.
I don't
there
even
was
have to
another,
ask
this
what
is
it's
our
for,
Colts.
huh? I'll know.
I was like, oh, that was for this is our Colts this week. Like I can't do it anymore. I missed this seat, man. Y'all some pretty fun guys. I should hang out with y'all more.
Well,
Yeah, I kind of walked into that one, right?
yeah.
And it's the off season, man. It is the off season.
Look, Chris is sitting there loading up right now.
Yeah, hey, like, give me some grace. It's the off season, and it just started, and I'm going through it. Listen, to everybody, no apologies because I can't apologize, but I have been fasting from social media doing the hours of 6 to 6. So that's why I have not been in spaces. That's why I haven't been posting, on Facebook or on the pages, and so on and so forth. So my fast ends on Sunday. So Monday morning, I will be back with the shits. Hopefully, Chris, in my absence, you have found a good co-host, because we know it's just a matter of time when you're going to crash. It's not when. It's just, it's going to happen. It's imminent, right?
My bad. I found the Indianapolis video.
Oh,
Listen. Best believe. Listen, Pat. This is gonna be the first time that you're gonna have locks ever in your life. But I'm telling you,
oh
this
shit!
is
Are you gonna make it? You gonna make one?
No. I've
Gonna
had
AI
locks
some?
before.
Mm-hmm.
Pat, if
I
you
promise
had
you
locks,
right now,
I had a
locks.
mohawk. You had locks. If you had locks, I had a mohawk, and I did.
No,
I did have locks. I won them in a bet.
Oh, Carvey's locks. I
Yeah.
do recall that. That was nonsense.
I think I still got them on the desk somewhere.
All right, man. What a fun time. Okay, Chris. I do
Hey,
do
you
recall
wanna
this
speak-
part.
Do you want to say something else that's going to be fun?
Oh,
Oh,
absolutely.
my bad. Hold on, my fault. Your moment to shine, DEI. I
Going
mean,
to the Super Bowl, boys.
let me see. Hold on. Been there, done that. But
I know I got some big shoes to fill. I'm already sitting here
do.
trying to
you
trying to
do.
map out how I can outdo you, because
You do.
you got
You
you
do.
got some serious content when you was out
You
there.
better, or I'll fly
But-
out there and take your spot.
I can tell you, I've already booked Kenny Moore to come to the Sick
Hey.
Podcast Amble
Let's
Show
go.
table out
There
at
you
the
go.
Super Bowl.
Super
me and-
Bowl.
Me and Adam Rank's going to get to interview him.
There you go.
So you guys keep an eye on the page. I don't post much on my personal page anymore. If I post anything, it'll be on the Anvil page or Twitter.
Sick doing big you know what I'm saying?
Big.
Absolutely.
I like it, man. That's what it's at. We shout out to the Sick
Nero,
team,
baby.
the
Way
Sick
to go,
program.
Sammy. Way to go.
Yeah, we're
Yes,
taking
Sammy.
over, man. I'm trying to tell you, we're taking over. As a matter of fact, real quick, Air Canada, get right. I'm gonna just blast that out there before Chris turns into, the Cialis guy. Air Canada, get right so my man Sammy can keep doing all the things he's doing and getting on the airplane respectfully, because they was trying to hose my guy, man. So get right, Air Canada.
So
all right, Chris.
This, email Air Canada and tell them to get their
right.
shit together.
Get it together. All right, Chris, do your thing, man. Cialis guy and go.
Well, before we do, shout out to everybody that was in the chat today. Shout out Josh, Treese, Jacob. Let's see, Ricky. We also have oh my God, there's a lot of people. A shout out to Ugly, shout out to everybody tuning in, whether it's Facebook, YouTube, everything. We appreciate y'all. I am not leaving. What? I'm not sure what that means, but no, Teresa, I'm not going anywhere. Yes. Oh Lord. I was like, yeah, I'm not going anywhere. But you can find us on social media at Twitter. You can find me on Twitter at CJ Colts fan. Where can they find you, fellas?
Find me on X at Colts Clyde. This is new.
You like
what,
it? Do I get the seal of approval?
Let me hear you say it first.
And you can find me at Colts Forge on X.
I don't know. I don't know if I like the ring
to
it.
Well, listen, please pull up the podcast page, please, like you're gonna sit there just
I'm could be over 3.
I can't get no respect around here.
Yeah, please bring up the podcast page, please. And you can find clips of this episode and previous episodes at Sick Pod Colts. Make sure that you are liking, subscribing, sharing, all that good stuff. Do the same for the YouTube, because like I said, all clips, reels, everything that Pat is going to be shooting from Santa Clara next week is going to be on YouTube. So make sure that you are subscribed now. Make sure you set up notifications so you see everything coming through, seeing all the players that we talked about, and maybe some others that we didn't even know were going to be out there, but you'll be able to see him there.
And I'm telling y'all right now, if you've seen any of my contact, y'all know I ain't afraid of shit. I will walk up to anybody out there and I will interview them.
And he also can't spell for shit. So the caption.
Well, no, I can't. That has nothing to do with that.
Listen, you can find this episode replaying next week on Z103.com and Mix 105, 12 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. On Z103.com, you can actually go to the website. Also, make sure that you're following Mix 105. You can listen online, and you can also follow them on Facebook, where they have their page. They'll show you all the events that are going on with them. And you can listen to VIP One Lounge Extra. That's our UK affiliate. And that's at 5 o'clock p.m. their time. They told me, I just forgot. So it is what it is. But whatever UK time is, at 5 hours ahead of Eastern Standard.
It's a memory loss drug. It's okay.
First off, you two said you were on X. So, and then on top of that, you can go, please visit Indy.
What the fuck?
Yes. So Visit Indy is where you can go for everything going on in the Indianapolis area. You might have seen some buzz around it. Like I said, there's big things happening with Visit Indy. So definitely make sure that you go use that QR code to get on, see what's going on. And like I said, there's a lot of great things coming up. Valentine's Day coming up. Fellas, do something great for you ladies. Ladies, do something great for you fellas. If you subscribe to anything outside of that, more power to you. That's fantastic. And then you can actually also make sure that you are pre-registering at youth football camps. We're going to have our camp with both Josh Downs and Tyler Warren come May. The location is to be determined, but like I said, if you pre-register, they're going to let you know exactly where it is. That'll be May 17, 2026. But if you go to youthfootballcamp.com, you'll be able to go online and you'll be able to go ahead and pre-register your kids. It's a great time. The players interact with everybody. So definitely make sure that you go out there. The players, they stay behind. They sign jerseys. They do all these things for kids. It's amazing. yeah, so definitely make sure that you stay tuned for that. But pre-register and make sure you lock in your spot now.
Yeah, because those spots are going fast this year.
I will say this. This is the off season, so please shoot us a message if you feel that you want to come onto the show, have a segment with us. You got some great ideas you want to talk about, that type of thing. Do that. Shoot us a message, whether it's in the messenger or if you have YouTube or whatever, just leave it in the link and we'll try to get you on during our off season because this is the time to connect with our people who support us. So we appreciate you guys. But I think that is it. That is all. Like I said, Pat is going to the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sure he's going to be absolutely hard to deal with when he comes back. And
I'm hard to deal with now.
His Christmas is coming up because Combine is here next month as well. So this guy is just going to be just a whole ball of joy over the next couple of weeks.
Yes.
So we'll be supporting you. Happy belated birthday, big fella, because it's
Thank you, sir.
like your birthday came again.
Yes,
But
sir.
anyway, till next time. It's a week away, right? That is all that we have tonight. I had a blast, though. Welcome back. Sammy, get us out of here, please.
And that's a wrap. Hope you don't miss us too much until next time. Follow the Sick Podcast and Bill Show on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Google Play, and Apple Podcasts.